Good afternoon, Zambia. Good afternoon, family. My name is Nikki Kabaso from the United Kingdom. I just wanted to share something. I'm back and better, says President Lungu. The former Republican president says he's back and better. But let's reason together. Let's share ideas. Please, I know some people, whenever we post something, they are quick to send insults. They are quick to say we're praise singers. Let's not reason like that. Come on. Let us just debate. Let us share ideas. Speak in your own view. I speak in my own view. But we still remain one Zambia, one nation, and we should love one another. Regardless of how I think, you may not agree with what I'm saying, but we are one people. Now, President Lungu says he's back and better. But the one question that he never really answered properly, better in what? Better in what? You will notice, I want to challenge you, all those that are following through what President Lungu will be saying. He will never one time tell you how he's going to make things better, because he doesn't know. He would never tell you how he's going to make things better. A lot of people call President Hakainde Hichilema rhetoric. They say, oh, he just tells the stories. Listen, my beloved Zambians. Even the Bible says, Habakkuk 2 says, write a vision, make it plain, that he that may read it may run with it. A visionary leader is always able to explain to his people what he's about to do, where he's taking them, what he intends to do. We were so used in the past to leaders that gathered us together and danced Alebwele Lapo Pampando without explaining to us where we are going, what we are doing. So when we find somebody that is able to explain, to say this is the direction, we find it difficult. Okay, let's look at two things. Power problem. If the leaders, they are saying President Hakainde Hichilema has failed because there is no power. We're a country that depends on hydropower supply, meaning water is very cardinal to whatever we do. For us to have constant supply of electricity, there must be enough water. We have a drought. If those that are claiming they want to come back and they want to do better were as good as they claim to be, they would have planned before and knew that in case there is a drought, we should have this as an alternative, that as an alternative. No, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. I personally believe that some people are claiming they want to come back not to save you and me, Zambians. They want to save their own families. They want to protect their own interest. You see, someone said, the former president said, it's a good proverb. It means working together is not weakness. But also, there is a proverb in Bemba which says, akabwelela kalalia. Meaning, when you leave something and you go back, you will end up regretting. I personally do not believe that. I have a lot of respect for President Lungu. I have nothing against President Lungu, but I don't believe he has anything to offer at this moment in time. If you would persuade me that truly he has something to offer, let him explain what is it that he will do. No, you know, if you notice at the rally, all things that were happening was calling President Hakainde Hichilema Uachunso, meaning someone with a lot of hair. I've said it before. If you take out name calling, insults, you take out all these things, Patriotic Front has got no grounds where to stand. Secondly, you hear that he said, Oyumambala, meaning the president, if the president had consulted him, he wouldn't have been where we are today. When I was growing up, when you're going to school, one of the advice my parents used to give me is that don't seek advice from wrong people. If a person is known of touching things illegally that is not his, touching here, stealing, you don't go to such people and say, can you advise me? How can President Hakainde Hichilema go and consult somebody who has put us in the problem where we are today? We are in the date where we are today because of the previous government. And a lot of people, listen, beloved, a lot of people are saying, don't talk about the past, because they know as we continue to talk about the past, you will open up and understand. Okay, This is what used to happen in the past. They want to build a bridge, and the bridge will cost 10,000 kwacha. I'm just giving an example. They'll go and borrow 30,000 kwacha and inflate the prices, give their families to build houses, buy farms, buy this at the expense of the nation. And another man comes in and say, I want to correct. Okay, regardless of the wrongs that the past people did, for us to get where we are, we're going to correct it. And when he's explaining how we're going to get out of the problem where we are, we call him rhetoric? Are we being fair? Are we being fair? When President Hakainde Hichilema came to London last week, he was talking to us that's in the United Kingdom. One of the things he said that really touched my heart, he said, we don't have to be love buddies. You don't have to love him. You don't have to like him, but we need to build on principle. I personally believe long-term solution for Zambia will require short-term suffering. Mark my word. Long-term solution will require short-term suffering. But these people that are offering us short-term solution will require long-term suffering. We are suffering today because somebody offered us short-term solution which brings suffering later. We need to know that I personally believe we are heading the right direction. I'm not disputing that things are hard. Things may be hard, but if we put our hands together, we work together as a country, we're going to find solution out. Nobody should mislead us. I have a question for us. Mr. Kalaba, is it Citizen First president? My brother, Harry Kalaba. He resigned from PF, citing corruption. So where he said on principle, he has resigned from PF and he cited corruption. The same people he resigned from and citing that they were corrupt, today, they are in the same camp. So you call that principle? And you tell me that such people mean well to come and rule us as Zambians? I want to tell you that people just want to protect their own interest. It is not right for President Lungu to say President Hakainde Hichilema should have consulted him. We're not disputing that he can't consult him, but on principle on how to run certain things, we will be the wrong person to consult, because he and the PF government got us where we are now. Got us where we are. And I'm telling you, when they say to Rewelapwa and I'm better, they will come back, borrow more, and get us deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into problems. And what this will do is that the confidence that the investors have started to have, the confidence that is being built in the country, if we made that mistake, will disappear. Will disappear. He said when he was coming for the rally, somebody told him, don't say too much, you'll be arrested. I don't think President Hakainde Hichilema has time to focus on arresting President Lungu. I think President Hakainde Hichilema has more time to focus on how to develop the country. If we had to move forward, let's debate issues. Let them come on the table. Let them tell us what is it that they want to do. How are they going to improve the standard of living? What are the solutions? I'll give you an example. A young man from my mother's village called me, Wapula, and he said, my brother, he's a cousin to me. He said, I'm really struggling. Can I have some money? I said to him, I don't believe in just dishing out money, but I'm going to open your understanding. I said to this young man, I said, find 10 people, 10 of yous. Go and find a small land. I will sponsor you, buy you fertilizer. When you buy that fertilizer, I buy you fertilizer, I buy you seeds, you plant. Once you harvest, go and sell maize. Let's bring solutions on the table. What is it that we can do that will help us as Zambians? This thing of dancing all the time, believe me, you or not, that these people that say they don't want to save you and me. They want to save their own interest. Some of them know that the law is catching up with them for the deeds they did, for what they did wrong before. So they want to ensure that before the law catches up with them, they come out and defend themselves. But I want to encourage us. Let us support the ruling government today. I know the suffering is there. I know people are going through difficult times. But solutions are not found by shouting. I want you to see, is it somebody was, I think it's SG4PF was on the TV station a few days ago. He said these dates you see, we are the ones that brought them. We knew how to come out. But the question is, notice this, that none of them will explain to you how. They'll gather you and they'll say, uyo, uyo, uyo. You start to dance, you dance, but they don't tell you. You just buy into dancing. So when the president comes, and because he's not dancing, he tries to reason with us. This is how we can get out of a problem. It becomes a problem. Let us find solutions that will be lasting solutions. I'm going to end with this. If President Lungu was so much knew that he has a plan for the country, he has intentions to better Zambia, why didn't he sit down Hari Kalaba, impart that information into Hari Kalaba and tell him, this is how I want you to do. This is what you can better us. But he only believes he's the only person. He only believes he's the only person. And God have mercy for my elder, our statesman, Dr. Danupule. Are you really telling me that Reverend Danupule has anything that you offer? Because when he came, he understands that Zambia is a religious country. The first thing he was addressing was that we were building the house of prayer and the house of prayer has stopped. Is that good? Because he knows we just think religiously. We don't analyze things. And people were shouting, oh, it's not good. What has the building of a house, the house of prayer, got to do with the economy? We all have houses where we pray. We belong to different churches. Why would you take $1 million and spend on building a church when there are other churches, instead of taking that $1 million to improve the UTH or Ndola Hospital? But because they know that we only think religiously, and anyone that analyzes something critically or is an antichrist or he doesn't believe in God. No, what I'm saying is, if you come in the house, I have family. If I want to buy a new car, and then I realize that my father is in need, would I buy a new car at the expense of my mother and my father? The president comes in, he finds that you are building a house of prayer, and he realizes the economy is in a mess. Even that house of prayer, those that wanted to build it, they were building it so that they can steal from it. And he says, let's hold on to this. Let us focus on other things. We have big places of prayer where we can meet as believers. Let us focus on improving the economy. And people start to complain, because he hasn't finished the house of prayer. Beloved, let us analyze things. When someone comes and says, we started the dates, we are going to finish them, let us ask them, how will you do it? And the how, they will never answer you because they don't know. When someone comes and says, I'm coming big and better, how? Because that big and better may mean I will come more corrupt, more cadres, more panga life. Ask yourself, when somebody says, I'm coming big and better, how? How? The question is, answer us. How are you going to deal with corruption? How are you going to deal with corruption? How are you going to deal with things that affected the country, destabilize the economy of the country? How are you going to deal with them? Let's discuss them one by one. Let's avoid name calling. Let's avoid calling. I heard the former 6th Republican president calling President Hakainde Hichilema Mambala. Let's avoid that. Tell us, what are you going to do? Just pinpoint to say, okay, this is my plan. When I come in A, B, C, D. It's not being rhetoric. It's being analyzing, telling us where you are going. Because you can't take us where you don't know. So I just want to encourage all of us. Let us analyze. Let us analyze all politicians that come to us. Let us check what they are saying. Gone are the days where we just gather by the stadium and somebody's sorry, we dance. No. Remember, dancing will never change the economy. Dancing will never change the economy. Tell us, how are you going to do it? How are you going to fight corruption? How are you going to make sure that now when you return, your relatives will not have 100 flats each at the expense of Zambians? How are you going to do it? When we say it, you comment you pass comments and you start insult. We're just asking simple questions. Simple questions. How are you going to do it? Can you explain to us? Then from there, we will know where we are heading. God bless us all, and thank you very much.